and serving the Four Corners since 1910. Find out more online at sanjuanregional.com. "11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It's Thursday morning, October the 24th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Micklin, and thanks for tuning in to KSJE over the air at 90.9 FM here in San Juan County, 103.3 FM now over the air in the Durango area, and of course you can listen anywhere by going to our website at ksje.com. Special good morning also to our viewers who are watching us streaming live this morning to the KSJE YouTube channel and Facebook page. We are glad you're with us, everyone. Welcome aboard. Coming up in the next few moments, my guests here in the studio from the San Juan County Partnership. We'll be talking about the big fundraising event and talent show this coming Saturday night. San Juan County's Got Talent. So we'll be telling you all about that, how to get tickets. We'll actually be giving away some tickets this morning as well, so stay tuned for details on that. All starts in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then later on this hour, we'll be checking in with Jason Kelcoat from Citizens Trust and Investment Corporation. He's checking on the economy for us this week. That is coming up today at 8:55 right here on KSJE. Next hour, Mick Hess will take us roving with the arts, and Mick is playing music from Georges Gurdjieff. That's coming up. Gurdjieff coming up today on Roving with the Arts at 9:06 on KSJE. And then we want you to connect with us on social media, of course. You can like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, of course, and check us out on Instagram as well. Before we get going, the weather forecast. It's going to be a sunny but windy day today with 53 for a high in Farmington, clear and 24 overnight. A bit warmer tomorrow with a high of 58 on Friday, 65 on Saturday, and up to 70 by Sunday before things cool off yet again early next week with a high of 51 on Monday and only 47 on Tuesday and 44 for a high on Wednesday. Well, let me turn to my guests who are here with me this morning from the San Juan County Partnership, getting ready for the big talent show on Saturday night. Pamela Drake is here, Executive Director. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. It's good to see you. Also, Debbie Frank is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott.
Good to have all of you here this morning because I know you've been very busy getting ready for the show, the big show, as Ed Sullivan would say. Big shoe.
A really big shoe.
Really big shoe. That's right.
That's happening on Saturday night,
Yes.
October 26th, this Saturday.
That's it. And tickets are available now
Yes.
for folks to
Absolutely.
buy, right? $10 for adults, $5 12 and under.
Right.
And that is what you need to get in. And this is a fundraiser for the partnership, correct?
Right. This is our fundraiser. It's the only one we really have, and so it's really important to get as many people as we can to come to the show. We use the money to help our infrastructure costs. So, the things that are program grants maybe are unallowable costs, or
Right.
they only will pay a certain amount of your indirect costs. And what this money does is it helps us to pay those additional costs that every nonprofit has that need to be supported. And yeah, so you need money to pay the bills, right?
You always do. We do here and you do there. That's very true. And I know, as you mentioned, the partnership works on a lot of grant funding, but there are some things that grants say you can spend the money on and other things you can't spend the money on. And that's
Right.
where this comes in to try to
Right.
help pay some of those other expenses that you may
Right.
incur.
Insurance costs, costs for our financial auditing and things like that, copier costs that can't be covered. Anyway, it's just a lot of infrastructure pieces.
Right. And so, again, tickets are $10 a piece, everybody. And you've got a lot of great talent signed up again this year who have auditioned and gotten through the audition process and will be appearing on stage this Saturday. The show, we should say, starts at 6:30 at the Henderson Fine Arts Center. And it's right here at San Juan College. So that's where it's going to be.
San Juan College is one of our sponsors.
Very nice.
And someone who is sitting in this room is the MC again.
Debbie, you're emceeing this year?
No, I will not be emceeing this year.
So Scott
Your
is
eyes
our...
got very big when I said that. But no, I'm pleased to be able to do it again. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
That's great. We're really happy to have you because you do a really wonderful job.
Well, thank you. It's a great night. And again, there's a lot of great variety of talent from the local area, which is what I always like to see because I'm always amazed at the talent that we have here that are on the show.
I know.
So this year, Debbie Frank, we have what, 10 acts?
We have 10 acts this year.
Okay.
We do. We have some that are a little bit different this year. We have some singers. We have a couple of people that have been in our show before that we always look forward to.
Okay.
And then we have a young man who is doing a yo-yo act, which is real exciting. We have a hip-hop dancer. We have a group of girls called the Masquerade Musicians. They play the violin. They have some really interesting costumes. I think everybody will be excited about that. We have Ryan Woodard, who is this year going to be in our show instead of playing for the intermission part.
There's been years that he's played right with his duo during intermission. That's true.
Right, Island Style.
Yes.
And so he said he wants to step up and show that he can go solo.
Okay.
And he's going to be doing Bruce Springsteen. So that'll be really exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
We have Bill Barnes with his dog Banjo.
Bill Barnes and
Audience
Banjo are
always
back again.
loves
Yep.
Bill.
Very good.
He has a new song that he's written.
Okay.
It's real exciting. We have Monica Ortega. She's going to sing, and Rachel Itzerda, Dariah Benson. They're all singers.
Okay.
Really good. Cynthia Thompson. We have
So I would say to folks watching and listening, if you're fans of any of these folks, to show up on Saturday to cheer them on because that will help them with the judges who we'll be talking about in just a moment. But who else is performing?
Dariah Benson. Maybe I said her. J.C. Brewington.
Okay.
She plays the piano.
Right.
So, and these are all people from our area, like you said.
Yeah.
Come support them.
There you go.
In the
That's
show.
true.
It's going to be fun.
And it's a great show, and it's a great family-friendly show. I know people can bring the family, bring the kids, and it moves right along. And there's a lot of different things going on to keep, I think, everybody entertained and interested in what's going on stage. So
The opening act this year is Zia Chicks. And
yes, right.
Anybody who has seen them, even last night I mentioned that to somebody, and they said, "Oh, they are really good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Right.
And we got them.
Yeah,
So
right.
there are opening entertainment, and then they also play while the judges are deliberating who's going to be the winner. So we keep the audience entertained during that. It only takes them a few minutes, but
Well, we hope it only takes them a few minutes. It depends on the judges, right? If there's some drag-out fights in the deliberation room, I don't know.
I don't know with this bunch.
Right.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, but anyway, we're happy to have the Zia Chicks, and people, that's worth the admission.
Price of
just
admission, I
right
agree.
there.
That's
Right,
true. That's
right.
true to see them in concert. So
Right.
that's wonderful. Now you mentioned the judges, and of course it's up to them to decide our big winners, right?
Right.
And there is some, I would say, substantial prize money for your winner and runner-up, and so that's what the judges get to decide. But of course, the fans can help with their applause and cheers to maybe influence the judges a little bit.
I know that last year they talked about, the judges talked about whether they wanted to award the prize on entertainment value or whether they wanted to award the prize on skill level. And so there's that debate, and we don't interfere in their decision-making process. We just let them go ahead and decide how they want to do it.
Right.
So if somebody's really a great entertainer and the crowd goes wild, then that could certainly influence their decision.
That's true. And so the judges this year, who are they? Debbie, do you have the list?
I do. We have Haley Bassing, and
Haley knows her way around a theater, that's
Yes,
for
she
sure.
does.
She has been a great theater teacher and technician for a few years, I would say.
And she has, she's been associated with Sandstone Productions.
That's right.
As well. So she has a lot of talent, and
One of those
certainly-
behind-the-scenes people that you
Yeah.
know of, and you know her work, but maybe you haven't seen her before.
Right.
Yes, very true. Great. Okay. Who else?
Pamela might want to go ahead and do the judges. She's the one that has contacted all the judges.
She's the one that signed them up? Okay.
I did. They were
see.
so happy to hear from me.
I don't know if you sounded sincere when you said that, Pamela, but
you probably
you got
know.
them committed, so they're coming.
Oh, yes, they're
Yes,
coming.
good.
They've turned in their little bios,
Okay,
so that's
good.
good. We know they're going to be in the program, so we're pretty sure they're going to show up at this point.
Excellent.
Vince Moffat is going to be one of our judges, and
Wonderful.
he is the owner of and CEO of Basin Health Companies, and he also has the Arroyo Rescue and Recreational Training that he does. He's a retired firefighter. I have known Vince since since actually before 2006, when I used to work at the college. And Vince was here as a student, and he was associated with the Outdoor Center at that time. And I have lots of stories, but I'm not going to tell them.
Okay.
Vince is...
Wait till after the show. You
yeah.
come back and tell us.
He's a great guy, and
He is,
he
that's
has
true.
great sense of humor, and I think he'll be really fun to
He'll
have
be a good
on
judge.
the judges panel.
I agree.
And we have Dasia Heaton, who is a dancer, and she and her husband performed in one of our talent
I think
shows.
well, of course I remember that. I was there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
you
was,
were there.
And very talented. That's
Very
true.
talented. They just did a really great routine, and she has been associated with Sandstone as well. I'm sure she's been in some of the productions.
I'm sure,
there.
right? Yes. That
Yeah.
name sounds familiar, I'm sure, to a lot of folks. So
Right.
Very
So I'm glad, we were really glad to get her.
Right.
We have a young woman named Kansas Begay, and she was a Miss, she's a Native American Music Award winner, but she was a Miss Indian World. And she lives in Rio Rancho, and she's coming up. She's traveled
Okay.
worldwide singing, and she has recordings, and
I was going to say, she knows a thing or two about presentation on stage.
maybe a
and,
little bit.
Yeah, so that will be good to have on the judges' table, for sure, right?
And then we're going to have the judge on the judges' table.
You got an actual judge this year.
We have an actual
How
judge,
about
a
that?
real one.
Wow.
And hope that,
You're raising the bar at this show.
hoping that he doesn't, tell everybody else what to do. But John Dean is going to be one of our judges this year, and I'm anxious to have him there. He's, many people may not know this, but he is a lot of fun. And
He is a lot of fun. If you see him not behind the bench, I think, he's not that much
Right.
fun behind the bench, depending on why you're seeing him, I suppose.
Exactly.
But in this instance, I think he will be a lot of fun.
He will be a lot of fun. So that'll be great to have him as one of our judges. So those are our 5 judges.
Very, very good. And again, they certainly work to make sure everybody gets a fair shake, and they deliberate after the performances, and then they are the ones that help to award the big prize, that
Right.
decide where the prize goes.
They also comment, if you haven't been to the show before, after each, it's modeled on America's Got Talent, but we're not that mean. And the
No,
judges make
no.
positive comments
Yes.
after each performance, and so they're kind of, on the spot for that. And,
Right.
But they do a good job. They've always done a really good job of saying nice things to the performers.
That's true. And again, helping the audience, I think, too, to decide who they like or who they don't like, or who to applaud stronger for, all those types of things.
Should we say what the prizes are?
We should say what the prizes are. The grand prize is
$500.
$500
Right.
for the first place winner.
That's right. And then the runner-up gets $300. So it's really well worth it to be a part of the show.
That's right. And if you're just finding out about that now and going, well, I've got a garage band, why didn't we get into this? You missed your chance to audition, so you better mark your calendars for next October.
That's right.
To get in an audition, because the word went out last month about auditions, and you screened, or the audition committee screened, I don't know how many that applied, but you narrowed it down to this 10, right?
We did, yes.
Very good. Sponsors, I wanted to mention the sponsors because, of course, I know you can't do it without them, and there's a lot of great companies that have stepped up yet again. We hear some of these names over and over again that do a lot of things in the community, but you mentioned San Juan College is there, and KSJE is there, proud to say. So who else is helping to sponsor the show?
We have Citizens Bank, and they've been a sponsor for several years now. We really appreciate that. M&R Plumbing, they've also been a sponsor for several years, and Desert Hills Dental. We have a new sponsor this year. New Mexico Mutual is a sponsor for our show. And then we have the Dene Tado Cultural Resources, and they've also sponsored our show for a few years.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
So we're grateful for our sponsors and all the help that they give us.
Big thanks to all the sponsors, again, because you couldn't do without them, could you?
No.
Not at all.
Right.
I mean, they really help us to make the show and bring people in, and they give us the ability, you know, to print materials and get them out and do all of those things. And of course, every sponsorship is an increase in the fundraising that we're able to do for the partnership.
That's very true. So again, the tickets are available today or at the door.
Exactly.
$10 for adults and $5 for kids 12 and under.
Yes, and they can go to our website and purchase tickets there if they'd like to. Our website is sjcpartnership.org.
Okay.
Or they can call our office, 566-5867, if they want to order them that way, and we'll have them waiting for them that night of the performance.
Very good. Excellent. And again, the Zia Chicks will be there performing kind of before the show starts, and then during the kind of intermission, we call it, while the judges are deliberating, right?
Right.
And so they'll be there as well. So a great evening of entertainment for everybody.
Right.
And lots of different acts. As we've mentioned, we've got singers and dancers and
Yo-yo
performers,
piano players,
Yeah.
musicians, the whole gamut,
A real
really.
variety.
It's really a fun night.
It
If you haven't been to the show before, please try to come, because it's just, people have a great time from the time they come in the door until the time they leave. It's very entertaining and a lot of fun, and great to show your support for our local talent that doesn't often have a venue to perform, and
That's
this
true.
gives them a venue. So it's great. Performers are kind of wacky people. I kind of fit in that a little bit, the wacky part and the performing part. But
Okay.
but anyway, they really like to be on a stage, and to get that feedback from a full auditorium is really great.
You bet. That's true. Well, and then again, it's always great to see the local talent, because that's part of the rules, is you've got to be a local performing group, right, that comes to audition and to get on the stage. And so it's nice to see this collection of local talent all in one place, all for one big show on
Right.
Saturday night. So
Right.
it's a great opportunity. Well, I don't want to stop talking about this, but I do want to talk about another event that's happening on Saturday that I know the San Juan County Partnership is involved with, and that is the semi-annual Drug Take-Back Day.
That's right. It happens twice a year,
Right.
April and October.
And this is happening again Saturday.
It is Saturday from 10 until 1, and there are several locations that are added to. There are permanent locations, but a few additional locations are added. So both Walgreens locations are available for taking back your expired or unused medications, prescription drugs, and also in Bloomfield at Farmers Market, and in Aztec at Safeway. So those are added on to the regular. You can take your prescription drugs back anytime during the year to law enforcement agencies, but these are additional
There
locations.
are permanent drop boxes at law enforcement year-round.
Right.
And you can use those, but this is the day specifically set aside, again, fall and spring, where
Right.
folks can just drop them off and know that they'll be disposed of properly.
Right, and we want those medications to be not left in people's medicine cabinets or cupboards, so that they don't get in the wrong hands. And it's just a really great place to dispose of them. They're not as easily disposable at home. There's a methodology to that, but this is really a great opportunity for people to just run in and get rid of this stuff, and it's wonderful.
Right, so great way to do it. And again, we always talk about, you and I, Pamela Drake, about what happens if you've got expired prescription drugs or old prescription drugs in your medicine cabinet, and it's a very big, what do I want to say? Well, it's a treat maybe for, not treat, but it's a it's a thing for maybe younger people to come in and use them and take them and
Yeah.
mix them up and things along that line, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You're trying to say that it's an opportunity for
Thank you.
people to, access these
Right.
medications when they shouldn't be.
Tempting is the
And-
word I was looking for that escaped me for 5
Yeah,
minutes. But yes,
tempting.
a temptation for these folks. And then if you remove it from the house, it removes the temptation.
Right. Misuse of prescription drugs is an issue across our nation, and it can lead to other addictions, other substance use. So we really want people to be educated about that, and the best thing to do is to get rid of those drugs, and then, of course, monitor the ones that you continue to have, make sure that the right number is in the bottle, the right dosages are being administered, and that people aren't accessing those drugs at random.
Right. Very true. And we were talking before we came on the air this morning that new this year that will be accepted at the take-back locations are vape pens, right? That
Right.
with the batteries taken out, but you can also dispose of those if you don't want them anymore in the house.
Right, and that would be a good thing to dispose of. Vaping is getting to be a real issue, and I'm sure that the listeners have heard about the extreme things that can happen to people because of not having enough awareness of what's going on when they're vaping. Vaping deaths are occurring across the nation. So yeah, getting rid of those vape pens is a really great idea, and can take those to the take-back locations.
On Saturday. And again, the hours will be from 10 until 1.
Correct.
At the locations that you mentioned for this event on Saturday.
That's right.
Okay. Good to know. Very good. Well, again, we just have a couple of minutes remaining this morning, everybody, with my guest from the San Juan County Partnership. But the big story we want to let you know about is the annual San Juan County's Got Talent show on Saturday, October 26th, here at San Juan College at the Henderson Performance Hall. Again, tickets $10 for adults, $5 for people 12 and under. A great evening of entertainment, and we've got some tickets to give away because of your generosity, everybody. So if you would like to win a pair of tickets to go see the show, we will give a 2 pair. And you can give us a call this morning right here at the radio station. The number is 566-3909 is the right number to call for the radio station. 566-3909, 90.9. And we will give away 2 pair of tickets to go see San Juan County's Got Talent. And this is what number show how long have you been
6th.
doing this? The 6th annual, right?
Right.
San Juan County's Got Talent show.
Right.
So it is coming up on Saturday night. Final thoughts? Pamela Drake? Debbie Frank?
Just join us. It's going to be a lot of fun, 6:30, and we look forward to seeing you.
Good talent. Come and bring your whole family.
There you go. And big bucks at stake for the winner.
Big bucks.
Exactly.
So cheer them on. That's the way to do it.
That is right.
Very good. Thank you both for coming in this morning. I know it's a busy week for both of you, so thank you very much.
Thank you for having us, Scott.
You're welcome. My guests from the San Juan County Partnership, Pamela Drake and Debbie Franks, my guests here on KSJE. And again, we're giving away tickets. Give us a call, 566-3909, 505-566-3909. This is KSJE, and the time right now is 8:34.
Mark Zuckerberg tries to convince Congress that Libra